All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what makes a modern tech mentorship program actually work. I mean, really work to the point where it transforms people. We're going to break down the blueprint of a real-world program piece by piece. So let's just ask the big question right up front. What is it that separates a program that builds real, lasting skills from one that just kind of fills up your weekends? It's a huge question, right? And as you're about to see, the answer isn't just about the content. It has everything to do with the structure, the accountability, and the mindset it creates. To really get this blueprint, we first have to see the impact it has on real people. So we're going to look at this whole journey through the eyes of 3 different participants who all started in a place I think many of us can relate to, feeling challenged and, honestly, a little bit overwhelmed. Now check this out. These are words from a participant named Prince Benjamin. He says the program was tasking, but also blissful. I mean, how often do you hear those 2 words in the same sentence? That right there gets to the very heart of what we're talking about today. How does something demanding end up feeling blissful? And here's the secret. The program structure wasn't just about learning code. The firm deadlines for things like CVs and cover letters, professional stuff, it forced Prince to get disciplined. That pressure didn't crush him, it actually built him up. It turned a tasking challenge into what he called blissful productivity. Pretty cool. Gift Ebihi's story starts in a very similar place. She felt that pressure too, calling the schedule hectic. And this is that critical moment, right? That point of overwhelm where you either push through or you give up. It can really make or break the whole experience. And this just perfectly shows the partnership between a good program and your own personal commitment. The program threw down a challenge with that first assignment, and Gift met it head-on by creating her own study routine. That one little win, that was the turning point. It's what turned all that overwhelm into confidence and real engagement.
And finally, Element Monday just boils it all down to its essence. What Prince called blissful productivity and what Gift found through her own routine, Element just calls it what it is: discipline and responsibility. It just goes to show, this program isn't just teaching you how to use software, it's intentionally building character.
So this all leads us from the what, what the participants felt, to the why. What's the philosophy underneath all this that makes a demanding, tasking program so effective? Let's dig into the intentional design behind it. You've seen a million online courses, right? They're almost always self-paced, which sounds great in theory, but it usually just leads to low accountability and you kind of passively watch videos. This model, it completely flips that on its head. It's active, it's driven by deadlines, and it's got super high accountability built right in. It is designed for results, not just for comfort. So these are basically the rules of the game. This program isn't a suggestion, it's a real commitment. The whole point is to stretch you, to build that discipline, and to make it crystal clear that your success is tied directly to how consistent you are. Yeah, it's tough, but it's totally transparent about what it takes. Okay, so we've established the mindset. Now let's get practical. What are the actual tools that participants are using to build all this discipline and skill? This is what the program calls the professional tech stack. I absolutely love this analogy. Thinking about your professional toolkit like you're setting up a new business, it just makes perfect sense. You wouldn't open a shop without a way to take payments or track inventory. Well, it's the same idea. You can't just walk into the tech world without the basic tools to do the work and prove you're ready to go. And here is that toolbox, all laid out. And you'll notice it's not just a random list of apps. It's organized by what you do with them. Communication, core technical skills, all of it. This shows the goal isn't just to teach you one thing, but to build a complete, connected skill set that looks just like what you'd use on the job. So, having the tools is one thing, but the real magic, the actual blueprint for success, is in how they're all used together. It's the structured plan that turns a simple list of software into a career launchpad. This timeline really shows you how it all stacks up. The whole thing is a 3-month sprint. Month 1 is all about the foundations, the absolute non-negotiables like GitHub and SQL. Month 2, you dive deeper into analysis with Python and Power BI. And then month 3 is all about the launch, building your portfolio and your professional brand. It's just a really logical, powerful progression. And get this, there is no waiting around. These are the tasks for week 1. You're not just reading about GitHub, you're building a project and you're blogging about it. You're not just learning theory, you're completing a real project in Excel. This is active, hands-on learning from the second you start. So we've seen the stories, the philosophy, the tools, the whole plan. Now let's just boil it all down.
What is the core lesson we can take away from this blueprint for our own growth? When you look at it closely, this entire super effective structure is really held up by just three essential things, three core pillars that make the whole thing work. And here they are. You need the right tools, a modern tech stack that's actually useful. You need a clear blueprint, a structured plan that tells you what to do and when. But the third one is the most important. You need that growth mindset, the discipline and resilience we saw in Prince and Gift's stories. Without that third pillar, the other two are just a list of apps and a schedule.
And this is really the ultimate point, isn't it? What this explainer shows us is that the best programs aren't just about downloading information into your brain. They're about transformation. The goal is to build the complete professional, someone with the skills, the confidence, and the mindset to not just get a job, but to actually build a career. So I'll leave you with this final thought. We talk all the time about learning Python or mastering SQL, but this whole blueprint makes me wonder, is discipline actually the single most important tool in your tech stack? Is it the one piece of software for your own internal operating system that makes everything else actually work? That's something to think about.